Peace, peace, peace. Yeah, AF1 is supposed to go live Thursday, but I'm hitting y'all Friday late night. And this one's going to be fire. Fire, fire, fire. I'm going to get straight into it because I'm going to post this on the Futuritarian Activation channel. So it's the Futuritarian Activation channel. I'll post it on there. You guys can go see the rest of the video if you chimed in late. Or just go on Facebook because it'll be on Facebook. But this video right here is about the 6 steps to activation. There's 6 steps to activation. I received 2 more steps just today. I received this intel today from the Ascendants and from the Creator. I received those 2 today. So we're gonna go through the 6 steps of activation, because activation, that's the last step to living in this 3D realm. Is activation. That's the last step. There is nothing past activation, because once you get activated, then you're on. You're going. When you watch those movies, and they be like, "Did you activate the machine? Did you activate the bomb? Did you activate?" Because they know that's the last step until explosions. That's why activation is always going to be the key to everything, right? So I'm gonna get straight into it. The 6 steps. The 6 steps of activation. I received 2 today. And I stopped at 6 because when you take the number 6, see, when you're dealing with these people dealing with numerology and stuff like that, they don't really know how to break this stuff down. They always go by what somebody else told them. The 6 is really like this. That's a 6, right? But what the Greco-Roman priests do, they curved it, right? So the 6 is actually a 1 breaking out the 0. What's the 0, AF1? That's the hamster wheel mind frame that y'all been taught since you came out your mama's womb. That hamster, that doing that stuff, same stuff over and over and over again. So that's what the 6 means. So and then now I received that today. So I'm like, man, there's got to be more steps. I got them. Step number 1 to activation, right? Step number 1 is when you come out your mama's womb, what happens? Your mind has been cleansed from your past lives. You know how much trauma you'll go through if you knew everything you've been through in your past lives. You know how much trauma you will go through. You know, there's a movie out. I forgot what it's called, but it's about this lady. Like, she don't die. So she gets shot. She went to war. She don't die, but she heals real quick, and she remembers everything from her. She was like alive for like 6,000 years. And she has so much trauma just dealing with that. That's why when you come out your mama's womb, your memory is cleansed. It's erased. That's the first step, is the cleansing. The cleansing is the first step. Then the second step is the second step to activation is religion. Because when you're dealing with the so-called copper-coated beings on the planet, religion is going to be the second step. Because somebody's going to try to push something on you. They're going to try to push Islam, Christianity, Judaism, what's the other one? Mormons, Buddhism. They're going to try to push religion on you. See, that's the second step, is religion. See, once you pass that, then you go to the woke stage. That's 3. The woke stage is number 3. Because now you're looking at everything, and you're looking at these books, and you're like, why is these books out here? Why is all these books out here? They're out here for a reason. Is it for me, or is it for the society, or the weak-minded ones? Because they're out here for the weak-minded ones. And that's the thing about dealing with religion. Religion. What's mean? Means doing something over and over again. Having you looped in what? The circle. Going back to the 6. Because the 1 is you breaking out the circle. The 1 is you breaking out the circle, breaking out that hamster wheel mind frame, so you go back to a 1, right? The 4th one is consciousness. Because now you done passed religion. You done got the woke, right? Woke was 3. Now you're at consciousness, right? So you're at consciousness. So now you're looking at everything funny. Like, why is this going on? Why is that happening? Like, why is all these books out here? All these old ass books in the library where the lie's been buried. That's why they say, I'm gonna go digging through the library. You think that was random when they say that? I'm going to go digging through the library. No, they're saying that because they know that there's truth in the libraries and there's lies in the libraries. But they want you to focus more on the lies than the truth. That's why there's so much stuff in there that gets your mind just going everywhere. It's not staying on the one path. It's not staying on the one path. It's just going everywhere. You're thinking too much. You're not receiving. And see, that's the problem. Once you start stop thinking so much and start receiving, then you can start doing this activation and bringing up something next, like AF1 do. So that was 4. 4 was woke. 4 was consciousness, right? The 5th stage is the reset. I just received that today. The 5th stage is the reset. So what do you mean by that, AF1? Reset your whole mind. Reset the cleansingness, woke, cleansingness, religion, woke, consciousness. You reset your whole mind. Delete everything out like a computer. Your mind is an organic computer. You delete everything out because now you're realizing that everything that you've been taught and you've been learning, you're figuring out that there's something past all that stuff. So that's the grand reset. Reset. AF1, what do you mean by reset? Reset your mind, your whole mind frame. Delete all that stuff out your mind and start from scratch and start being a receiver. What happens to your phone when your phone got too much data in it? What? It shuts down and starts acting funny because there's too much in there. It's too much in there. You got to delete that stuff out for what? To receive more data, to receive more stuff from the phone towers and the satellites. So step 5 is the grand reset. That's what step 5 is. And y'all already know what step 6 is. Step 6, that's activation. Once you get there, there is nothing else after that. Because now you're activated. You're seeing people. You're scanning people. Just like the mind is so powerful. When you go to a corner store or you go to a grocery store and they scan the barcode, boop, boop. Oh, that's bananas. Boop. Oh, that's milk. Yeah, you could do that to people too. You could do that to people too. Then I'm gonna give you an example. Dealing with these celebrities out here, they go to these little weird parties and they go, like to a bowling alley or something like that, and then something happens to them. You know why? Because they're not activated. They couldn't see the future of what possibly could happen or might happen. Because they're living in the moment. They're not living in the future. They're living in the moment. They're not living in the future. Step 6 is activation. Nothing is crushing activation. I back that up and I stand by that 111%. Because once you get activated, now you start looking at society, you start looking at people, you start looking at why stuff is happening, why they got corporations, why they got governments, why they got, the chain of command, why everything has to be structured in a certain order. That's when you start looking at stuff different. Then you start looking at everything you learned as, I'm going to give you an example. You look at everything you learned in the past as kindergarten, as first grade. The first grade, like why am I still reading the same book and reading these books and surfing in the library? There's only 6 books on the planet you need to read. There's only 6 books on the planet you need to read, and ain't none of them dealing with religion. Not one. Not one. Religion is a stepping stone and a starting key. That's what religion is. It's a stepping stone and a starting key. And then if you go past that. Then when you go past religion, then you start looking at the world as logical. Looking at it as logic, right? So if you get in an altercation, I always use this as an example. If you get into an altercation and somebody hits you, what you going to do? You just going to sit there and be like, oh man, that was a good shot, dude. Oh, my jaw hurts, man. Oh, I'll catch you Monday, man. We can have a rematch. No, you're going to defend yourself. See, that's logic. That's logic. That's not dealing off emotions. Emotions is what put the so-called black race at the bottom of the barrel, dealing with communities, nations, and world power, was emotions. Yeah, I'm emotional too, right? But you got to control that. And once you control it, then you'll understand the bigger scheme on things, on how everything has been orchestrated. Everything's been orchestrated for you to be emotional. For you to get mad get mad at somebody. It's like, no, just think logical. I got into it with my brother when he came over here, right? I'm just sitting there, got into it, long story short, that's family business, but I'm not finna bow down to nobody. I'm not. Once you're activated, man, it's like, man, if all the activated ones was running the planet right now, because there's not a lot of us out here. There's not a lot of us out here. I'm not talking about knowledge. I'm not talking about intelligence. I'm not talking about none of that stuff. I'm talking about pure junk DNA being activated. The strain being attached to you from the unseen. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if everybody will get put in their seat, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Now watch this planet go to crap. The keys are sitting right here. The keys are sitting right here. A lot of these, that's why a lot of the people that's from other I'm an American. I'm American, man. I'm not African. I'm American. I stand on that because our ancestors was American too. The Africans came over here. Their genetics was a little bit different than the golden beans. You can sit there and look at them and see that they're a little bit different. They don't look like, not all of them, but I'm just saying, like, because some of our people are in Africa too. But the real descendants, the real royalty, the bloodline was over here in America. Why do you think they push Africa? Because they're trying to steer you away from the American bloodline. The last stage was activation, because activation, there is nothing else after that. Ain't nothing else after activation. Good luck if you're trying to look for it, because I've been looking for it for going on almost 3 years, and still haven't found nothing. But that's why I received that today. Because at first what I said when I received, at first it was religion, woke, consciousness, activation. Now it's going to, when you come out your mom's womb, it's your mind's cleansed. Your mind's been cleansed, right? That's one. Then you go to religion. That's two. Then you go to woke. Woke is like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is all these books everywhere? Every time I turn my head, somebody trying to throw a book in my face, right? Then you go to four. What's four? Four is consciousness. Now you're conscious and you're aware of what's going on in the system. Now you're aware. Then you go to five. What's five? Five is the reset. What's the reset, AF1? Resetting your mind and cleansing all that stuff out of it so you can receive what's next. Peace, Prime Soul, man. It's the Activated AF1. Told you, Activation Futuritarian channel on YouTube. I'm going to get up out of here, man. I know everybody's kicking it. I know it's Friday. Was it Friday or Saturday? I don't even know, man. I don't even be attached to these days. I be so doing my own thing, man. Not even attached to what day it is. I don't even know if it's Friday or Saturday. I think is it Friday? See, that's what happens when you activate it, because you start thinking about the future and not about the present. Peace.